On this episode of Canine Corner, we're talking all about saving money for pet parents. We'll be sharing some ways to help you and your canine companions spend less. Plus, Melissa Moore from More Money will be talking to us about how to be a prepared pet parent this tax season. And we'll introduce you to this adorable little guy who's looking for a forever home. All this coming up right now on Canine Corner. I'm Riannon Trutanich, your host for Canine Corner, the show that your dog will give 2 paws up. Today's episode is all about being financially savvy for Fido. My co-host Popeye Trutanich will be joining me to help me share some money-saving tips for pet parents. And Melissa Moore from More Money will be talking to us about what pet owners need to know for the upcoming tax season. But first, let's meet adorable rescue dogs from Pug Nation Rescue of Los Angeles.
Pug Nation is a nonprofit rescue, and our mission basically is to rescue any pug in Southern California that needs our help, whether they're in a shelter, an owner can't take care of them, they're found as strays and the owner can't be found. We're fortunate enough to have a facility, a 24-hour facility, so we take the pugs in, we get them medical care, and we go about trying to find them homes. And the great part about our facility is it's kind of half senior villa, so those who can't get adopted can live out their lives happily with us. The process is pretty easy to adopt. You go on our website, there's a lot of information, all the steps. You put in an application, we contact you for a home visit because we do like to meet everyone, make sure the house is safe, and then once they're approved, you can make an appointment at the facility or go to one of our events to adopt. We are open 7 days a week from 12 to 4 for visitors, but if you do want to adopt, we encourage people to go through the process first. They might come to the facility, fall in love with a dog, but by the time they go through the process, the dog could be adopted already. So we do encourage people to go to our website and start there.
Well, this is Addie. She's about 11 and a half years old. She was an owner relinquish. Her family had had her for quite a long time. They relinquished her to us because they said she was incontinent, so she would pee on herself when she slept, and the upkeep of cleaning up after her was tough for them. On top of that, she does suffer from chronic UTIs, which is a urinary tract infection, which they do need medication for. Unfortunately, dogs like her who constantly have the UTIs, we've always been told by our vets to just monitor them, because if you treat them all the time, they can become immune to every single antibiotic. And if a bad one comes along, then you're kind of out of luck. But we've not really had many issues with her. She does have a UTI right now, but you know, like I said, we're just monitoring her for that. She's great with other dogs, loves to be snuggled up with them. Like any pug, loves human attention. So whenever a visitor comes in, she's one of the first to run over there and wants to be pet, and she'll roll over. And she's also quite a snorer, which to us is a lullaby. You know, we don't mind the snoring, but she's just a great little girl. She's perfect, really. Good with walks and lots of energy. So this is Tommy and this is Dolby, and they're a bonded pair. Tommy is 10 years old, Dolby's 13. Tommy is actually in pretty good health for the most part. He came to us with 9 really bad teeth, had a dental, and all the teeth had to be removed. So he has no teeth now, poor guy. So he would need soft food or his dry food soaked, so it's easier for him to eat. Tommy's great with other dogs. He loves to play. He's got a lot of energy, loves a good walk. So a home with a yard that he can like run in or sunbathe in would be great. Dolby, on the other hand, is deaf. We believe he's had chronic ear infections his whole life because he has the typical head tilt that usually accommodates the bad ear infections. And so he doesn't hear really at all. His sight is good for the most part. He's good with other dogs, but doesn't really love to share his bed with anyone outside of Tommy. So, but they're great together. He has a sweet little trot when he really gets going on a walk. They're a great pair. Dolby seems to rely on Tommy more than vice versa. Tommy's more social than Dolby is. but they really would be a great addition to any home. This is Tiska. He's 9 years old. He was an owner relinquished to us. Unfortunately for him, he was left in the backyard, so he did have an ear infection that went untreated, so he's deaf. He does have some sight impairment as well. This guy, he's a gentle giant. He's a big boy, but he's really come out of his shell since he's been with us at the facility. He's mapped his way around the pen, knows where his water bowl is. And he's really easygoing. Sometimes the other dogs will pick on him a little bit, and he just kind of takes it. So he's a mellow guy. He is in the beginning stages of kidney disease. At this point, it's just a matter of treating it with diet. He's not even on any medication for it. So basically, our vet just recommends having him obviously take into his annual exams and having his blood work checked every year. But aside from that, he's cool. He's not showing any signs of any illness or anything. He gets along really well. He does have slight hind end weakness in the back, so he does kind of drag his feet a little bit, but he's still great with walks, and sometimes we see him trot a little bit when it's dinner time. So, and that's another thing. He's actually pretty quiet. We've only heard him bark maybe 4 times since he's been with us in the last month and a half. So he's very easygoing. Great couch potato buddy, so he's really sweet. So Tiska is part of our HIPPO program. It's a program we started about 3 months ago. HIPPO stands for Honorary Pug Parent. So basically we have volunteers that come in and are assigned to one pug specifically, and either 1 day a week or whatever day works for them. They come in for a full hour or more if they want to, and just spend time with that specific pug that they're assigned to, so they can either stay in the facility with them if they have some like hind end issues and can't walk, or they can take them out to the park. They can take them for sleepovers if they've been house checked. And Tiska has been in the program now for about 3 or 4 weeks, and he has really thrived. We've seen him really come out of his shell, and we believe it's because of that program, because sometimes the older kids kind of get looked over by visitors that come in. So it's really great that he has one person assigned specifically to him, and he's getting to know her, so he knows when she's coming into the pen to visit him, and it's a really, really great program. And if anybody's interested, they would just go through our volunteer orientation, and then they can get information from there as to how to go about becoming a HIPPO. We have 10 dogs in the program now, which is really great for us. We're hoping to expand some more. And in all 10 of them, we've seen a huge change. So it's been really great for Tiska, because he's really come to life since being in the program.
If you are interested in adopting one of the dogs, please contact Pug Nation Rescue of Los Angeles by visiting pugnationla.org or call 310-327-7871. Again, 310-327-7871. Those dogs are so cute. Now, finding new ways to save money is always great. So my co-host Popeye Trutanich is here to help me share some ways that you can save money as a pet parent. So who doesn't love saving money? And if you're a little creative, there are some ways that you can save money when caring for your dog. The keys are prevention and preparation. Let's first talk about health, where prevention is the #1 thing. You should take your dog in to see his or her veterinarian once a year for an annual exam, and of course keep your dog up to date on all vaccines. It's a lot easier and a lot less expensive to bring your dog in for an exam or a vaccine rather than to have them treated for something down the road. So prevention and early detection are definitely key. You of course want to have your dog spayed or neutered for obvious reasons, but also to help with some health conditions. Now, there are a couple other things that you can do to kind of save money when talking about your dog's health. You should, of course, check with your veterinarian before doing anything, but a couple things that I like to do. I have Popeye's brush here, and I just kind of like to brush him with this soft bristle brush. A little hard to do right now as he's very dressed up. But this just allows me to kind of keep an eye on him and, check and see if he has any skin conditions, anything like that. It's nice to do on a daily basis too, and I'm sure it's very relaxing for him. Now, another thing that you can do is brush your dog's teeth. I have Popeye's very own toothbrush and his doggy toothpaste. You of course want to use toothpaste for dogs, not toothpaste for humans. That's harmful to pets. But here I have his toothpaste. And I just put a little bit on the brush. Oh, you know what time it is, Popeye. I just brush his teeth. Now let's talk about food, Popeye's favorite topic. You should never skimp on the quality of food that you feed your dog, but there are some things that you can do to save money. The first thing is to buy your dog's food in larger bags. Rather than buying the food in a smaller bag like this, buying your dog's food in a larger quantity can help you save money and get more of a discount. You can also store the food in an airtight container because you don't want that food to go bad or to get kind of stale and less fresh. Now, another thing that you can do is to stock up on your dog's favorite treats and food when they're on sale. Just remember to always check the expiration date. You can get coupons online, and even in store you can get coupons sometimes. And you can even follow the brands on social media to find out when they're running promotions or have sort of any specials going on. Now, there are a couple things that you can do around the house. The first thing is to wipe your dog's paws down each time he or she comes in from going outside. You can use an old towel or even paper towels. This will help you cut down on floor cleaning costs as well as carpet cleaning costs. Now, just like you baby-proof a home, you should dog-proof your home. Make sure that all toxic cleaning products, all toxic foods are out of reach from your dog or stored in cabinets that your dog cannot get into. You should also kind of go around your house and think like your dog. What would your dog be able to get into? In that cabinet, what's in there? What could potentially be harmful to him or her? This will help you get an idea of how to store things and how to keep your home safe for your dog. You should make sure that you put all toilet seats down so your dog doesn't get in there and start drinking the water like somebody likes to do. You should also, of course, secure all trash cans so your dog doesn't get in and eat something that could be harmful to him or her and potentially end up in a visit to the vet. Now, just because we're saving money doesn't mean we can't have fun, right, Popeye? We're gonna talk about a toy that you can make at home, a little DIY to help you save some money rather than going to the pet store and buying something. Now, it just takes a few ingredients, a few things. Just a regular old muffin tin. If you have one at home that you're gonna toss out or give away, keep it and make this for your canine companion. I just got some tennis balls. You can get them at the dollar store, sports store, whenever they're on sale, pick them up. And you're doing a DIY treat puzzle here. So we put a couple treats underneath different ones, and you're gonna let your dog kind of sniff it out. They sell things like this at the store, but they can get a little expensive. So having this version is fun for you to make and then just as fun for your dog to play with. What do you think, Popeye? Get the treat. Get the treat. Get the treat. What's in there? What's in there? What's in there? Popeye, look. What's that? What's that? Get it. Get it. Popeye, get it. Get it, Popeye. He found him. He's too smart for me. If you give any of these ideas a try, reach out and let us know. We always love to hear from you. You can tag us on social media using #DoggieDollars. We're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere. There's much more doggone fun when we come back. It really is a mobile veterinary clinic on wheels. It's amazing.
Yeah. You can't have a better profession where your patients can give you kisses.
And they're really cute.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Canine Corner. I'm your host, Riannon Trutanich. Ever wondered if your pet could help you save money during tax season? Well, Melissa Moore from More Money is here to talk to us about tax season for pet parents and how some pet owners may be able to save.
Well, there's three types of animals that qualify for deductions. You have your ESA, which is your emotional support animal, and you have your service animal, which would be a dog that was trained to help someone with some kind of disability, and then your guard dogs. And contrary to popular belief, you do not have to register either your ESA or your service animal, there are tons of places on the internet where they say, oh, you have to get this certification, it costs $200. No, you do not. The only thing you need to do to register an ESA, an emotional support animal, is to get a letter from your psychotherapist or psychiatrist that says that you do well having this dog as a therapy dog for yourself. That's all you need. You just have to be able to produce that letter if you're ever asked for it in, say, an insurance audit. You are able to deduct a lot of things. If they are an ESA with the letter, it's pretty much everything to do with the dog. So it would be the food, it would be the vet, it would be grooming.
Wow.
It would be just about anything you can think of, including, say, if you're moving and you do something special for the dog that costs money to move the dog, that's deductible. So it's a lot of stuff. And then the same thing goes for a service animal. And service animal also does not need to be registered. The ADA, American Disability Act, is what governs the service animal. And the difference between a service animal and an ESA is that the service animal has been trained and has some function to help its owner. There is an actual tax form from the IRS that explains all the deductions that you can take. It's called IRS Form 520. Okay. And the 520 lists every single thing that you're allowed to deduct. So that's pretty handy.
If I was to move with my dog during the year, would any of those expenses be deductible?
Right, so if it is a service animal, then if you have to buy a case, a carrying case, that would be deductible. If you somehow need to provide different transportation, I don't know what it would be, but different transportation to get the animal from one house to the next, that would be deductible. Okay. If you called an Uber for the dog, that would be a deduction.
Okay. And that's only for your ESA or your service animal?
Correct. Guard dogs, it gets pretty tricky with guard dogs. First of all, you're not allowed to deduct the cost of the guard dog, but you can deduct the care and feeding of the dog, except only a percentage, and that's when it gets tricky. So you have to figure out in the course of a 24-hour day, how much time is the guard dog doing its duty? Right. So if they're only doing it half of the day, you can only deduct 50% of the food and the vet and the grooming.
Wow.
So it gets a little complicated. And of course the biggest lesson is to save your receipts so that you can prove all this. But they are absolutely legitimate deductions, which is great for people.
Wow, and you wonder how many people out there who have those types of animals aren't taking advantage of that.
Right, exactly.
Really, and if I was to foster a dog with a rescue, and sometimes the rescues provide the food and the bedding and all that, but if I was to go out and buy it, would I be able to deduct that?
No. Okay. It gets tricky with fostering animals because you cannot deduct the cost of adopting the animal, the fees that you pay. However, any contributions that you make to the shelter are completely deductible. You have to remember that if it's over $250 in terms of your deduction of your charitable giving, then you need the shelter to provide you with a letter thanking you for your deduction, because that's your backup in case of an audit.
Okay. What should pet parents sort of keep in mind during tax season?
Well, the biggest thing is to keep the pets off the dining room table where you've spread all your receipts and you're trying to organize. In terms of actually watching out for your pet, there's really nothing that you need to do.
How should I keep my dog organized in terms of maybe keeping track of their expenses? What's kind of a good way to do that, or good ways?
Well, having a book that you're writing down every single expense. This is for service animals. You don't have to do this if it's your pet. And since none of your pet expenses are deductible. You don't really have to do anything special in terms of the receipts, because none of it's deductible.
Might be a good idea though, just to let you know what you spend on your pet.
Oh yeah, oh very much so. And we often, when we set up someone's books, we often have a category called pets. And so at the end of the year, when we're reviewing their annual expenses, they're often quite surprised to see what that big number is. So it's always good. I mean, as a bookkeeper, I want people to know their numbers, and so that's one of the numbers they should be aware of.
If you are interested in contacting Melissa, give her a call at 310-694-3277 or email her at melissa@moremoney.co. If you would like more information about More Money, please visit the website moremoney.co. Please remember that service dogs and emotional support animals are working dogs who help their humans in such amazing ways. Melissa is back now to share more money information for pet owners. How can I keep track of my pet's expenses?
Keep a little book. If you just have a book that you can note all your expenses, so even if you lose a receipt, you have your expense in the book. And you'll just add up all those expenses at the end of the year and give those to your tax preparer, and you'll get all that deduction. Because if you lose a receipt under $25, it's not the end of the world, but note it in your little book. Just put the date and the where you bought whatever it was and the amount, and that should do it.
What are some accommodations emotional support animals and service animals receive?
You know, if you have a service or a therapy dog, you should be able to get a seat on a plane for free. You shouldn't have to pay for the animal. I mean, they prefer that you have the animal on your lap, but if you can't, if it's too big, they have to provide a seat. And things like hotel rooms. A hotel is not allowed to say no pets, because ADA again, they say that they have to allow all pets and the therapy service pets. And then at the same time, the hotel cannot charge a cleaning fee, which is what they try to stick you with because you have a dog, and that's illegal. They can't do that. So it's a lot of little subtle things, but because it's covered under the ADA, it's all very spelled out.
If my pet is not an emotional support animal or a service dog, are there any deductions for him or her?
If you just have a pet, I'm sorry to say that there's really no deduction whatsoever, because you're on your own.
So not that food or anything like that. Okay. What is your biggest money-saving tip for pet owners?
Definitely comparing your prices. Amazon is a good one. Costco is a good one. Buying in bulk is always smart, because you're always going to pay less if you buy in bulk. And face it, your dog's definitely going to eat all that food eventually. So buying in bulk is a big thing.
Should I create a budget for my pet?
That's not a bad idea. If you can figure out how much you spent on the dog in a year, and then take that figure, first of all, analyze what's in there and see, oh, I didn't have to go to Sentinella Feed to buy my dog food. I could have gone to Amazon, things like that, and figure out the best way for your pet dollars to be spent. And then, based on that, take that big figure and then divide it up over 12 months and have that be your budget for the pet. So that works pretty well for people.
And is it maybe a good idea too, if there is money left over within that budget or your own budget, to maybe start like a emergency pet fund in case your dog has to go to the vet? I know those add up very quickly.
And pet insurance is, a lot of people don't have pet insurance. So if you had a little part of your checking account that was just for that, that would be really smart, because if you do have a vet visit that costs $1,500 and you've saved $1,000, it makes it a lot easier to swallow.
Definitely. What is your company, More Money?
So More Money, I started this company about 32 years ago, and I provide bookkeeping for small companies and individuals. I do have a couple of larger companies, which is great. My big mantra is know your numbers. So what I do with people is, on a monthly basis, we have a Zoom call, and I have their profit and loss on the screen for them to look at. And then they see, okay, this is what we brought in, this is what we spent, and then we can really analyze the spending, because I can drill down, okay, this $500 that you spent on meals, look at all these restaurants you went to, things like that, and that really helps. I have helped people with budgets, and the biggest thing is the knowing your numbers. I hear from people, I don't know how much I spend a month. I have no idea how much I should be making. And until you know what you're spending, you can't figure out how much you should be making.
If you are interested in contacting Melissa, give her a call at 310-694-3277 or email her at melissa@moremoney.co. If you would like more information about More Money, please visit the website moremoney.co. If you have a question, contact us and we'll be sure to get you the right answer. Call us at 310-618-5762 or email us at caninecorner@torranceca.gov. If you have any questions or would like more information about these tax deductions, always consult a tax professional. Now, if you missed the rescue pups at the beginning of our show, or if you're anything like me and want to see the adorable dogs again, here's your recap. Addie is an 11-and-a-half-year-old pug. She's a very sweet dog. She gets along with other dogs and loves snuggling with them. She likes going on walks and has good energy. She loves human attention and can't wait to have a family to call her own. Dolby and Tommy are a bonded pair. Dolby is 13 years old and Tommy is 10 years old. They are both very sweet dogs. Tommy has a lot of energy and loves to play. They both love spending time together. They would be a great addition to your family. Tiska is a 9-year-old pug. He is a very easygoing dog. He gets along with other dogs. He is very sweet and would love to have a family he can just hang out at home with. If you are interested in adopting one of the dogs, please contact Pug Nation Rescue of Los Angeles by visiting pugnationla.org or call 310-327-7871. Again, 310-327-7871. If you want even more Canine Corner, or just want to say hello or share an adorable photo of you and your fur baby with us, we always love to hear from you. Be sure to like our Facebook page and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's all the time we have today. Thanks for joining us here on Canine Corner. I'm Riannon Trutanich, and we'll see you next time.